everybody. Welcome back to Beyond the Books podcast. This is season 2, episode 7, and we are so glad you are here watching with us. And today I have 2 special guests, my friends Bridget and Ian Laird. Hey guys.
What's up?
Hi.
They are leaders of servant ministry team here at Elim, and they're going to be sharing a little bit about what that's like. But first, do you guys want to tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Yeah. I'll go first. My name's Ian, like she said. You might have seen me on here before, last season. Shout out. But yeah, I work here at the school in marketing and also running the servant team with Bridget. And I enjoy doing worship. I enjoy design and stuff like that, which I get to do for my job, which is kind of neat. I also love my cat, Pumpkin. I love my wife.
I was going to say that.
I always see pictures of Pumpkin.
That was my one thing I was going to say, was that I loved Pumpkin.
Gotta think fast now.
You can have it. I take it back. I don't.
You don't love your cat, Pumpkin.
No, but it's we've met here at Elim and have been married for 1.5 years now. Almost exactly. So it's good stuff.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Bridget. You didn't look at Rose.
You can
Am I
look
looking
at
this.
one.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bridget. I am Ian's wife, as he just said, and I love my cat Pumpkin.
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
I am a nanny. I also own a little Etsy shop where I sell my crocheted items, and I help lead servant with Ian. I'm really bad at
Well, tell us more about your Etsy shop, because I see like a lot about it.
Yeah.
I want to know like how did it start, all that kind of stuff.
It kind of started because I don't know, I was crocheting and I love to crochet. My great-grandmother taught me how when I was younger, and I just loved doing that. And some of my friends were saying I should start a Etsy shop, and then we were kind of like, oh yeah, that would be fun. And then after a while I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So I started it, and
That's so cool.
Yeah. It's fun.
That's so awesome.
And I designed the logo and stuff, which was fun for me.
Wait, which one?
on my
Oh, the Swallow's
Water
Knot.
Yeah, it's on the water bottle for promo
yeah, it's called
purposes.
the Swallow's Knot. By the way.
Yes, we're doing like a little promo. I mean, you might as well, right?
To our thousands of viewers.
Right. This podcast is sponsored by the Swallow's
They
Knot.
call it the Beyond the Books bump. When you get on there, you see like a huge jump in sales.
Right. Oh my gosh, that's so cool though.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
My grandma actually taught me how to crochet when I was like 7 years
Really?
old.
Nice.
And so yeah, my sister and I would always be making stuff. So that's cool.
Aw. Do you
I like
still
it.
crochet?
I haven't in probably like 2 years since I came to
Right.
school, but I used to make like blankets and
Yeah.
little like stuffed animals. I'll have to show you pictures sometime.
That would be
Cute.
awesome.
Of like a little
Yeah.
thing I made for one of my teachers. She just had a baby and I made like a cute little bear hat. And
Aw.
it was so much fun.
Aw,
But,
that's
yeah.
so cute.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
How did you start like the whole servant thing? I don't even know, was it a pre-existing thing that just kind of died out, or you guys came up with the idea originally?
Yeah, there used to be servant. Like that's where we got the name from. Back in I think like 90s and early 2000s. Brother Dick Grout led it back then.
Okay.
When he was the worship director here for years and years and years. So I had actually heard about it because my mom was on the team when she was a student here. So it was like, so it's something that I had in the back of my head, kind of. Obviously, they did it probably slightly differently than we do, but same idea of going around to different churches and helping out and doing worship and just connecting with people and stuff, and just being a way for the school to be a blessing to people, and also an opportunity for students to grow and have ministry experience and stuff. So I had heard about it. But we haven't done that as a school in a long time, not consistently at least. There definitely have been some people who have gone out and done stuff like that, and good for them. But it kind of came back to me when I was doing recruiting here as my job, which I started my senior year part-time, and then I was full-time after I graduated. Or our senior year, I should say.
Yeah.
It was the same one.
Yeah.
But you weren't doing that.
Yeah.
You just
When
have
we
to
started
include
dating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was doing recruiting, and we would go to different places, Christian schools and like college fairs and stuff. And there were definitely some really good times with that. But there were also times where if you don't get a like good connection with a student who like is like, yeah, I'm interested in coming, then it's like I kind of feel like I wasted my time. Which, you know, sure, there's something to be said for like visibility or whatever, but there genuinely were like, this was kind of a waste of time. And gas money and whatever, you know, like you know, could have been better.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was like fine, but I think those things made me realize what really did feel good and impactful for me when I was doing that was the few chances that I had to do something besides just like showing up and setting up a table or talking to a class or whatever. Where like I got to speak at a couple of school chapels, different places, and then we've done worship like the whole chapel like down at Lima Christian School here. I don't know if that's the right way, but down somewhere out there. And like Bridget was able to do that with me, as well as some other students and stuff, and that felt really cool because it's like, hey, we did get to promote the school, obviously, but regardless of whether people are interested in coming to Elim or not, because obviously not everybody is going to, but everybody was able to be there and have a chance to like be ministered to and enjoy the time and stuff. So
and we could be relational with them and like
exactly.
build connections that are more relationship focused rather than just setting up a table and just telling them to come to Elim. It was also more like we can serve them and like minister to them too.
Yeah, and I think like over the years, Elim's so much of our success has been because we are a ministry school, because of the ministry that we do as a school. Like, you know, I know a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, someone from Elim came to my church before, or like, oh yeah, we worked with Elim at such and such, or you know, whatever. So I think because that's so much the heart of like what we do is ministering to the Lord and ministering to people, it really kind of came on my heart to like, I feel like we should be doing more of that as even from a promotional standpoint. Like it's better like advertisement to like do kind of what you're saying that you're gonna do.
Exactly.
And so they can see it rather than just being told about it. So that came on my heart, and I brought it up in some of our meetings, and eventually Dr. A was like, I think you should do that. And I was like,
gee, thanks.
Sure. Well, so he took some time to pray about it, and I definitely knew that I wanted Bridget and I to be involved with it together, even though I was the one doing it like for my job. I wanted to, you know, didn't want to just be like going around and traveling without my wife. You know, it's definitely been huge to have her with us, especially because she can play piano and I can't. So.
Yeah, that's the one thing I do.
No, but that
She's so helpful.
even just from a practical standpoint, that is definitely nice to have.
But I remember, like, I guess from my perspective, when Ian started talking about kind of having it on his heart to do something like servant again, I was hearing kind of his heart, and we were like, I don't know, we were just imagining it, and I remember imagining it and being like, oh, I don't know, that would be kind of cool to travel and, you know, go to different churches. And then it was kind of like a shock, I guess, to me hearing suddenly that Dr. A was like, you should do it.
Right.
Like, we actually want to do this. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but it was kind of cool to see that because I knew it was something that was on Ian's heart for a long time, and that he loves that kind of stuff, and I love that kind of stuff, and we both love leading worship together and traveling, and we love doing stuff like that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So has it turned out like the same as what you envisioned it would be, or is it like totally different? What were like your
I think
thoughts
like
going in?
Definitely I didn't have a super clear picture of what it would be like. So it's not like, whoa, this is totally different than I thought. I think in many ways it has felt like good in the ways that I hoped it would, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously there are always things that like, oh, I didn't know what to expect there or whatever.
Yeah.
Like getting like,
Or like,
a half
oh,
hour
we-
of the way to get gas.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a story from specifically this
Right,
weekend.
like maybe we should plan that better or this
Yeah.
better. So it's
So
definitely a
there-
growing
yeah.
experience.
It was so
for
funny.
sure.
I was talking to Liliana last night actually, and she said you guys stopped in Emporium.
Yes.
I was like, no one knows where Emporium is. My dad worked in Emporium. And,
Really?
like,
Seriously?
We have family who lives in Emporium.
That's
I
so
was
Wow.
funny.
like, wait, like no one knows what
Yeah,
this
no,
place
that's,
is.
like,
And the fact
nowhere.
you stopped
We
there
were
was
in the
so
middle of
funny to me.
nowhere,
I know, it
yeah.
is in the middle
That's
of
so
nowhere. Like
funny.
It was
all
a
this
nice
switch backs and-
drive, but
yeah.
it was very
Yeah.
wow. Like
Yeah.
we were in the middle of
Yeah,
nowhere.
that was
Yep.
No service
It
for a
feels
while.
like West
like,
Virginia or something.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
like, where
It was
are
nice.
we?
West Virginia.
I'm glad it was
Yeah.
not like snowy and stuff. It was,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
definitely nice. But yeah, that was a fun
Yeah.
trip. But
So some things are slightly different than
Yeah.
we imagined.
Yeah.
But-
I think the one thing I pictured that we don't have is a van. Like I don't know why. I just pictured
Like a
having a
travel
van.
van.
it would
Yeah.
be really fun to have
That
a
would be
van.
really convenient
It
too.
would.
Yeah.
But it's been totally fine without it.
No, it has. Yeah.
You know, we have us and
Yeah.
Liliana as our other resident driver.
Register.
Registered. We're all registered.
Registrar.
She
Registrar.
is the registrar. Come on.
Hey,
our-
she probably didn't know she was getting a shout out today.
She's
but
our
you know.
registrar
Yeah.
driver.
Shout out to Liliana Rend.
Now I have to shout out everybody else. Mackay Taylor on the bass and the drums, and also has a banger testimony that he likes to share, or that I make him share at least.
He says, "I'm sharing a testimony," and I was like, "Well, I guess you have a good testimony.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
want to hear it."
Yeah.
And then we got Hannah Camiolo, who loves to sing for us and is very, 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 very helpful and
Yeah.
prayerful and a great
yeah.
asset to the team. We've
She
got.
plays guitar also.
She does also play guitar.
Yeah.
that's
She's been
true.
picking up all the instruments.
She
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
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 Speaking of all the instruments, we've got Katrina Bennett, who can play guitar or bass or
Piano now.
piano,
Yeah.
or hasn't done drums for us yet, but can play a little drums
Hannah
too.
played the box drum.
That's true. Hannah did play
Ah.
box drum
Yeah.
one time.
That's
I don't
fun.
remember why. Oh, because Mackay couldn't.
Oh yeah, for Kirk's church.
yes, that's right.
Pleasant
Oh,
Valley
wow.
Baptist Church.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which was fun. She did good.
Yeah.
Did I say everybody?
There's also
Well,
our
Dawson
two
used
special
to-
Our
our two special guests.
Yeah. Wait, what?
No,
Dachshund,
Dachshund, Devendron, and my
Mac
brother Mac
McGregor
Oh,
Laird.
have both
Right.
come and helped out with us a few times,
Yeah.
and have been great.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaiah Bowden did one
Oh, really?
thing with us last year.
That's cool.
And
Wait,
I
it was
think
here?
they're doing the
Here,
worship
yeah,
right here.
yeah.
Oh,
I can
right.
And
Yeah.
I think might be coming with us in a couple weeks here too.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
anyways, there's all the shout outs. You guys are great.
Go Summit team.
Yeah.
But seriously, like it has been a
It's a lot
really
of fun.
great team.
Yeah, we have a
to
great
work
team.
with, and
awesome.
obviously nothing's ever perfect, but like
Mm-hmm.
it really has been nice to go with people that like I have known for a while and like able to work with well and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's been good.
I think it's really cool seeing like the strengths of each person coming out too.
Yeah.
Because like I'll watch back your live streams or whatever
Nice.
afterwards, and I've been able to go to a couple things and just seeing like each of you guys grow in your team as like a worship team, and also just in like people sharing their testimonies, getting more comfortable with
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and just like even talking with some of the members of your team and like helping them work through like what do I share for a testimony
Right.
or
Yeah.
like just those kind of things where it's like you see the growth in each person and
Yeah.
then their strengths shine,
Totally.
and
Yeah.
then even like the things they thought they were weak in become like an awesome blessing to people.
Oh, yeah,
it's just
definitely.
so cool
Yeah.
for me to see.
No,
so
exactly. I think that's definitely one of the aspects that we wanted to have was like obviously we want it to be good for the people that we're going to minister to. That's like priority number one.
Yeah.
Well, besides worshiping the
Lord.
Lord in our that's priority number one really. But because of
Goes
that, we
without
want
saying.
it to be a blessing to the people who
Yeah.
are there. And we want it to be a blessing to the school, obviously, as well, like to make those connections and stuff.
Yeah.
But we really want it to be a blessing to the students who are in the team to like
Yeah.
have those opportunities to like grow in the things that they are already
Yeah.
gifted at and be able to kind of show that musically or whatever. But also to be like pushed out of their comfort zone a little
Yeah.
bit and
Yeah.
like maybe they aren't the type of person who usually wants to share something, but like we'll have you share and then
Yeah.
and like it's great. It's
yeah,
like, able to step out and grow
Yeah.
in multiple ways. So.
Have you had any like really special moments from talking with the church members or something you minister to? Like, have you made any really cool connections there or anything?
Hmm.
Or I know you've traveled all different places. Maybe you could
Yeah.
also mention like some of the places you've been,
Yeah.
some of the things you guys have
Yeah.
done.
I'm trying to think of like specific ones. We definitely have.
Mhm.
I even just for starters, like I'm always very pleasantly surprised by like how much people seem to like it and be glad to have us
Yeah.
there and stuff. Because like
Mhm.
I don't think of. I mean, now this is gonna sound prideful me saying it this way, but like I don't think of ourselves as like, oh, we're so cool or
Right.
we're so great
Yeah.
or whatever. And you know, like I'll be like, oh, I messed up definitely 3 times on the bass or whatever. Like,
When the older ladies in the congregation are like, you never messed a beat.
right, exactly. I'm like, no, but like
Yeah.
it really has gotten to a point where like I don't know how to like take the compliments, you know, like because it's
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we were able to do
Yeah.
it and glad that it blessed
Mhm.
the people
Where
there.
you're like
so.
mutually blessed
Yeah,
Yeah.
by just
exactly.
being there and their hospitality.
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
And,
yeah.
you know, I've heard like they've treated you guys for food after, brought
Oh,
you pizza,
yeah,
that kind of thing,
definitely.
and
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
made sure you guys were all set. It's just
Yeah.
it's cool because they're being blessed, but you guys
Mhm.
also are. so
Exactly.
I think that
that's
was one of
awesome.
my biggest surprises, like a good surprise, was that we're just coming to bless them and serve them, and we've been blessed so much in
Yeah.
return from them,
Yeah.
like way beyond like what we've
Yeah.
done. I feel
Yeah.
like you know, giving us housing or like feeding us, and I don't
Yeah.
know, taking us to what was that place called?
This weekend.
No, well that too.
You guys went to
Couldn't
Sprague's.
tell ya. We
Just
did
right in
go
my
to
Sprague's.
backyard.
That was me.
We did do
That
that.
was my
Yeah,
idea.
that was us.
I will take credit for that one.
That's so funny though
No.
because I heard the whole side story. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like the
That's
distance,
funny.
but it's so funny because I was looking at the maps and I saw you guys were in Portville, and I was like,
Yes.
why are they going like way out of the way? I was so
Right.
confused.
Yeah.
And then I found out you went to a maple place, and I
Yeah.
was like, huh? And then they
It was
said
really
Sprague's,
fun.
and I was like, I see. Because like
Yeah.
that's like a half hour from my house. So
Okay,
like,
Oh,
yeah.
it's like
wow,
really
okay.
Forget you
in my
guys have gone
backyard.
that
But
way.
yeah.
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 Anyways, yeah.
No, yeah, Sprague's is great. Shout out Sprague's Maple Farms. They're gonna get so much business from this.
Now I'm trying to
Um,
remember what that place was called though. That we went Del Mar.
in Del Mar.
Yeah, which was close. That's like half an hour from where I'm from.
Oh, the
okay.
hibachi
So that was
place?
one of the. Yeah, hibachi.
I don't remember what it was called, but they took us
Hibachi.
to we've
That's
had
what it's called, hibachi.
Yeah, but like the place wasn't called hibachi.
Oh.
Hibachi is like the concept.
Oh.
It was a hibachi place. I don't remember what it was
But
called.
yeah, like we were
Yeah.
like, oh
Akira.
yeah, we'd be fine with McDonald's or
Yeah.
whatever, and they were like, we'll take you to hibachi, and I was like, okay, like we were all just
Yeah.
like, oh, we're
like, wow.
yeah, we're not gonna say
Like-
no,
Right.
Hey, yeah.
but
No, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
has been really nice. Like,
yeah,
clearly people have been
Yeah.
impacted. I know.
Yeah.
We'll kind of hang out after the service and stuff because we don't want to just like show up and,
Right.
and lead worship
Yeah.
and
We'll
leave.
take your hospitality and leave.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
we do actually set up a Elim table. And,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
set up an Elim table in the back, and we're
People
usually
take our
there at the
servant
end.
stickers
And,
and
yeah,
stuff.
servant
Cool.
stickers. We have
Yeah.
little booklets or whatever to tell them about
Yeah.
Elim. So we do that as well, and we
Yeah.
get to stand there at the end and just kind of talk to people. And
Yeah.
like we've had some interest in Elim, or like, you know, just had people say that our testimonies spoke to them or whatever, and we'll just
Yeah.
kind of connect with them,
Yeah.
which is cool.
And I don't even know all of the impact necessarily because
Right.
like we'll hang out and like somebody will come up to just one of my team members who shared or whatever, and they'll just talk to them about
Yeah,
how that blessed
exactly.
them or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's nice to see all the
Yeah.
different connections. I know like both the last 2 times Hannah's been hanging out with like some of the kids after the service for like
Yeah, that makes
out,
sense.
forever.
Yeah.
So but like really nice fun stuff. And then
Very
of
nice.
course, like when you're up there doing it, sometimes it's like, are these people
Right.
into it? You can't necessarily
you
tell
can't
Yeah.
tell
how well
sometimes.
you're doing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, it's always like, hey,
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah,
it
you
was
never really know
great.
how it's going to be received, but like
Mhm.
Yeah.
something that I think is really cool is like I heard a story from the camp director that at the camp I work at over the summers and stuff, and he said that a senior class from Elim went to Penn York Camp for their senior trip.
Oh, wow.
And he was telling me this story about how this senior class asked to pray for him. Like,
Wow.
and they were serving him. And it was just cool because they
Right.
came to, have like a retreat or whatever.
Right.
But in turn, they blessed him so much. And he
Wow.
was like raving about Elim because he's
Right.
like, these people are so genuine.
Yeah.
And so it's just
That's
cool how
awesome.
like you never know the impact something is
Yeah,
going to have
exactly.
until like they share this story with somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
So that was just really cool. So just for even the servant thing, like sometimes you look out at the crowd and you're like, these people are so quiet.
Right,
Or like,
yeah.
I don't know if they know these songs. Maybe
I
we're
know.
Well, actually, we do know if we know the songs because
yeah?
that's one of the things that I got from Brother Dick and Margie when we talked to them.
Yeah, because we actually met with them and had lunch with them.
that's so
Yeah,
Or,
because they were like, you did this
the beginning
for, like,
of last
years.
semester, because
Yeah.
we were like, let's just talk to them and see how, if they have any tips or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that I got from them that like I totally hadn't thought of before, but like just asking the church or like the worship leader or whoever
what songs they know.
for like a list of
Yeah.
some of the songs they do regularly, so that like
That's
and
really
we'll
smart.
usually do like sometimes we do like one that's new
Yeah.
to them, but
Yeah.
there's almost always there always is some overlap between
Yeah.
songs that
Yeah.
they know and we
Yeah.
know.
I
So
mean, there's a good balance with that because you want to make sure they're being engaged.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just refreshing to hear something different.
Yeah,
Like, when I go and
exactly.
visit a church or something and they do, like, all new songs, I'm just like,
right,
It's
it's
kinda
hard to
awkward,
it's not wrong, but it's
but
hard to
when
kind
you
of
hear,
get
like, one or
into it,
two,
yeah.
then it's like, oh, that was a great song. Let me find it
Yeah,
again.
exactly.
Or
Yeah,
something.
but
So-
then you also have some that are familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
Exactly.
connect.
And so I've had a bunch of people who come up and be like, "Oh, I love that song that you did. We should do that more, or whatever." Or like, "Oh, I knew that song." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Like that's what we wanted." You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
did
want-
that on purpose.
I don't want us to come in and be like, "Oh, we're some cool, different, new
Right,
thing." You know, it's
exactly.
like
Yeah.
it can be fresh and
Yeah.
nice to have something different
Yeah.
and unfamiliar, but also like we don't want to come in and be like, "Okay, we're gonna do like servant time." We want
Right.
to come in and be like, and I've said
Join
this
with
a
what
bunch of
they're
times.
are doing
Yeah.
already.
Join into what God's
Yeah.
doing in that church already
Exactly.
and just be a part of it and be a blessing
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
And I think,
been
like,
great.
even just seeing the new faces
Mm-hmm.
and just, like, for their worship team to be able to sit down and just enjoy
totally.
it,
Yeah.
that in
Yeah.
itself is, like,
Yeah.
such a blessing. So you don't have to, like, add on top of that. These are really cool
Yeah.
songs or something, you know?
No,
Oh
exactly.
yeah,
So, that's
definitely.
cool.
And
I-
giving them a break and I
Yeah.
guess we did that this weekend. They
Yeah.
said specifically like they really needed that break, which
That's
was really
awesome.
helpful. Like the
Yeah.
worship team some of them are doing it like every week or
Yeah.
3 times out of the
And it
month
gets
or
so
whatever.
tiring. Like, I
Yeah.
think of, like, ministry teams. I mean, I'm sure you guys have experienced this too, like, because traveling is tiring.
Right.
But, like, the teams who serve every week, like, it must be, like,
Yeah.
so tiring, and they get weary of doing
Oh,
it, and almost,
totally.
like, losing the joy of serving if it's, like,
Absolutely.
so much effort to do every Sunday or whatever,
Yeah.
and you're not actually resting. So just the fact that you guys can come in and help is just
Yeah.
a huge blessing. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, I even think of like my dad's been a pastor all my life, worship, leading worship like every single week.
Yeah.
It, incredibly rare for like I have very few memories of him like sitting with us in
Yeah.
the worship service because he was always
Yeah.
leading. And so I can even relate to that. Like, they're these people like it really is a big blessing to them to just kind of take a week off, even if they're like kind of helping us out still set up or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it is definitely. But, that's what we want to do: be a blessing and give them a week off or whatever in that way. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. We actually this past weekend, the church we went to, Grace Covenant Church in Pennsylvania, we actually like got to help out at a food pantry
yeah,
on the
Saturday,
Saturday.
yeah.
So we went for a long
Okay.
weekend, which was
Yeah.
actually kind of cool.
That was
Like
nice.
a lot of times it'll be like somewhere in Rochester or nearby that we can just go for that day,
yeah,
the Sunday service. But there's been a couple of churches that have asked us to do some kind of service project, which was kind of what we were hoping for,
Yeah.
Oh,
is that we
good,
wouldn't
yeah.
just go and lead worship and
Right.
whatever. Like, we want to be a blessing to whatever the church needs, whether
Yeah.
it's like they want us to preach or, like share testimonies or lead worship. Because really the purpose is to serve, not to just
Yeah.
like do whatever we feel like we want to do or
Right.
just to tell them about Elim and try to get students. Like it's also just trying to serve. So I thought it was
Yeah.
really awesome that they had us do a food pantry. And I felt like we made a lot of connections there
That's
with that,
awesome.
especially like getting to be more personal with
Yeah.
people and just like and I think that really was cool for me because I feel like that's something I've had a passion for, is that kind of outreach stuff. And I kind of forgot how
Yeah.
I guess just how like fulfilling that is and how rewarding it
totally.
is.
It is, yeah.
For just to be able to do stuff like that for the kingdom of God, and like even if you're not specifically saying some big like gospel message to somebody, just smiling at them and saying to have a good day, or like giving them the food, and as like it's awesome, because I think there was a few people in line that they just looked kind of grumpy, but I was just friendly anyway, and like they were suddenly their face lit up or something, and I was like, oh cool, like they don't hate me.
Some people are just like, if they're just stuck in the same old, maybe their life feels depressing, and of course like with the weather too, like I don't want to talk about the weather, it's so sad, but
it was nice over the weekend.
anyways,
I know,
but like people get so just weary, and so a simple like, hi, here, we're gonna bless you, smile, wave, how are you, it goes like so far, and sometimes that's even more impactful than like the time of preaching, singing a service. So
definitely.
Like, that's really cool that the church has been able to involve you with different things.
So
I'm glad you were able to like serve the people of the community then as well.
That's
I think they said like 120 families.
I love that so much.
Which was really cool.
It was really cool.
Even our team was saying like, it was like it reminded me of like NISM.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like NISM. Those were my favorite times of NISM when we went to the food pantries, and you just like, it's so methodical, and you're just doing your thing. The like train lines or whatever. And while there was like a lull, you're all just like dancing and stuff. It's so fun. Like
I know. Dancing, but fair.
We definitely were.
You're being lame.
But it was like the same thing, and it reminded me of some mission trips I went on like a few years back with my church back home, and it was like, wow, this is really awesome. Like to get to do stuff like this again, and I think it's just so powerful. Even if we ourselves are tired or feeling kind of down or weary, it's like, I think it's always, for me, been really encouraging to be able to bless other people, because then I'm not focused on myself. Because when I'm feeling a little depressed or down, like I'm focused on myself and my problems. But when I can just really go and serve somebody else and give them food or bless them or whatever, it's like, it's not all about me. Like there's so many other people in the world that I can just go bless them, and it just makes me feel way better too. And I think that was really cool. I think I knew we were all kind of tired too, like because we got in late and stuff like that. But it felt like we all had a good time, and it was really.
That's such an amazing truth. Like, it's hard to initially start blessing people or like being joyful when you are tired or whatever you're feeling. But once you do and you step out in that, it's like the focus shifts from on myself and my tiredness to this person or this church or whatever. And it like, honestly, at least for me, it totally refreshes me. And then afterward, I'm like, you know what? My issues aren't too bad.
I know.
Like, God's still good.
Oh, I want to go do this more.
Exactly.
I don't know. We were joking because the church was like, you guys can come back anytime, second Saturday of the month or whatever it was. And we were like, I just had the thought. I was telling him on the way home, I was like, we should go like drive up to Pennsylvania next month and like just to help out with the food.
What is it, 4 hours?
But then I was like, there probably are also just plenty of food pantries here that we could help out and volunteer with.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I feel tired and busy and whatever. And it's not like I'm not. My problems are real problems, but like I'm not like a single mother with 3 kids like trying to work overtime to scrape by and whatever. It's like we can let that go, and like we do have an opportunity to serve people even if we are in a bad place. Like there's always a chance to do something to bless somebody else, and we want that to be the heart that we have really inside of us, and that we are showing to people, awesome. Regardless of whether we feel like it at that moment or not. I think I find myself a lot of times like not necessarily looking forward to stuff like that, like, it's gonna be so exciting to help out at the food pantry or whatever, but like I'm so glad that I did afterwards. It's like that was really.
I was actually really just kind of thinking, like, I didn't get to sit on this part, but we had a couple people sharing a testimony or like a gospel message kind of like for the service. They have like a service at the food pantry. I don't know how many people went to it because you were in it.
50
because I think the people that weren't speaking, they had just go right away and start preparing for the food pantry part. But we had Hannah, Mackay, and you sharing. So. And then I heard that was really good, and
that's awesome.
So I thought that was cool that there could also be that gospel message and that kind of thing
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
And then we also go and actually like give them food and help out.
That's
And
so cool.
Yeah, it's grace and truth, or whatever you want to call it. It's like pairing, sharing the love of God and like making sure that you are talking about Jesus and not just being nice to people, because just being nice to people is great, but that only goes so far.
But then also not just like telling them about Jesus, but then you're not
And that
following
you're
it up
not
with
showing-
actions
actually
of
showing
being
them the
kind
love
and
of God.
loving
Yeah,
them. And
exactly. So that's what we want to do, and of
That's
course,
so cool.
of course, we're not perfect, but we have a chance to do it, and we want to take that chance.
yeah.
That's so great. I've loved to hear about all of your guys' trips, and I hear different things from different people at different times, and it's so cool. It's so encouraging, and I love the ministry you guys are doing. So, I know we don't have a whole lot of time left, but are you guys up for a game?
I would love to play this game.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
That's the only reason I'm here.
See, I always really love the games, and I might get overly competitive sometimes.
That's okay. I'll smoke
That's
you
okay.
anyway.
But I was like, I feel like you guys would be okay with being competitive.
Absolutely.
So.
I'm very
I'm really
competitive.
not. I'm really not competitive.
I am.
I like to.
Really?
I like to pretend that.
Okay,
I am.
except that you get upset when I beat you in Ticket to Ride, though. So
We're not talking about that. We can cut that out.
No, that's staying in.
We can edit that
That's gonna
out and
be
post.
the number one most seen reel now. I predict it.
So Bridget really likes to play Ticket to Ride with me
Aw.
because it's like the one game that she consistently
Okay,
beats
no,
me
it's
in.
always been like my favorite game. Not always, but
Right,
like ever since I
because-
played
yeah.
it a few
Yeah.
years ago, or whenever I played it, it's been like my favorite game.
Literally,
and I was so excited to
it
get
is
it for
fun.
Christmas.
the first time we got
and
it,
you got it for
and
me for
played it-
Christmas.
Yep, my
You bought it
mistake.
for me.
We got it. We played it the first time. I won. Every single time since then, I have not. And
She's like, that's not happening
it's like
again.
I literally don't know what I could have done.
Yeah,
better.
I'm
It's
really
tough.
good at it.
You are. So.
Which makes me happy because I'm not good at a lot of board games.
Good for you.
That's great.
Yeah, but anyway.
All right,
Whatever.
Rob, you want to tell us which one we're doing, what we're doing? Are we doing the number one?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna do the
Cool.
number one. So
Okay.
Some chapstick
this is
on.
like
Same.
this is like a newer trend that a lot of people like on social media are doing now.
Nice.
I don't know.
Oh,
We're
is it the one where
following
you count
trends.
to 10?
10?
Where you change the
Yeah.
things. Oh my god. I hate that.
Count to 10. I don't know
It's
if
so
I've seen
I
this.
was literally watching a reel of this like the other day. I was like, this feels like very difficult.
It's fun, though.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know if
do
I've
it.
seen
fun.
this.
Oh, I'm
gonna have
gonna
fun
I'm
doing
gonna nail it.
Yeah.
You'll do fine.
So
Yeah.
so basically, what we're gonna do is that maybe Nora will start
Mm-hmm.
and go to me, then Bridget, then Ian, and we'll just count the numbers 1 through 10. Okay. Do you want to make the first rule since you're going first?
Sure.
All right. Then she's gonna add on a rule. It can be like anything that she wants.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say she says, okay, number 5 is God is good. So now we're gonna go through numbers
1,
again.
2, 3, 4. God is good.
Yep.
6, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you mess it up, you're eliminated, right?
Eliminated.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the
Okay.
goal is to get all through 10 with
Okay.
all the
Gotcha.
replaces.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start.
And it can be like a motion or something too, right? It doesn't
Yes.
have to be like a.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When we played at the lunch table the other day, you
Oh my
had to,
gosh.
like, what was it? You had to clap, or what was it?
Yeah, like clap on 10 or something like
On
that.
we had to do like something on every odd number. Or something.
Every odd someone
You had to
'cause-
stand up.
Oh, because
So you-
since we had more people, we went to 21
Okay.
instead.
Oh my gosh.
It was
All the teens
crazy.
or something, you had to go like meow afterwards.
I'm not
It was
doing
so annoying. And then like other times you had
Not
to
on
like
the podcast.
stand up, turn around,
Oh,
and I was
goodness
like,
gracious.
guys, just
That's
do a
too
word.
Much. That's
Yeah.
Too much.
Anyways.
Shout out to Sam Pena for that.
We're doing shout outs for everyone today.
I
Just
love,
tag them
I
all.
love shouting people out on the podcast. 'Cause, like, I know if they see it, it's fun for them, and if they don't,
Yeah.
it's fun for me. So.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mother-in-law, Rebecca Laird.
Shout out my mom. Who
Shout out everyone.
who
Shout
will
out my
watch
mom.
this.
Mama Laird. I love
Who
you.
will watch this because I will mention that we did it.
That's
and she'll
exactly
laugh
who I
and
thought
send it
of
to
that
her.
will definitely be watching
Yes.
this.
Yeah,
so.
my mom will watch this
Yeah.
too, so shout out mom.
Like,
Hi, Nora's
Mac.
mom.
Mac, my brother, shouted me out on their podcast.
Oh,
He was-
yeah?
He was like, to all of our many listeners, like my brother, and that's about it.
That's
And then
funny.
I commented like, they mentioned me. And it's like,
That's really funny.
Okay, so let's start.
anyway.
Yes.
I'm making 4 hippopotamus.
Then we have to count first.
Yeah, don't we have to count.
At
this?
the same
Oh,
time.
one.
Actually, wait. Should we do 12 so that it's like divisible by 4?
Yeah, let's do 12. We can do 12.
Go to 12?
Go
Okay.
to 12.
Are we
And
counting at
so
the same time?
you want me to make the first rule?
Yeah. So 4 is
Oh, I get it
hippopotamus.
now.
4 is hippopotamus. So you start counting then.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
1,
2.
3.
Hippopotamus.
4.
No.
Oh.
Bros cooked.
No.
Wait.
We can start
We'll
over.
give you a redo. You can start again.
Let's redo that.
But we're
one.
still keeping
We
that
gotta
in
get the
'cause it was
first
right.
Yeah,
one,
we-
right?
I don't know why. 4. Okay. 1,
2.
3,
Hippopotamus.
5,
6.
7,
8,
9.
10.
11.
12.
All right. So now I make the rule,
Mhm.
right? All right. Every number containing a 2, you have to clap
Okay.
Instead or as well.
as well.
Okay.
As well as
so
saying
like
it.
2.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
1.
2.
3.
4. Why hippopotamus?
I think that's okay.
Okay.
You were
Hippopotamus. I did.
5.
6,
7.
8,
9.
10.
11.
12.
There you go.
Yay! Rob
that
did it right.
So I make a rule now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We are not going to get past like 5.
Number 5 is pumpkin squash.
Pumpkin squash.
1,
2.
3.
Hippopotamus.
4.
No.
So technically,
I'm out.
Bridget and I are left.
I'm out.
We'll keep going, all of
keep
us,
going.
and then
You
we'll
should just
restart
keep
once
going.
we get like another person out.
Okay.
Okay,
Wait.
yeah.
So you
Okay,
were
like last one to
hippopotamus.
be out
So
with.
you'll
Yeah.
be 5 then, or you're after hippopotamus.
I was supposed to say, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Pumpkin squash.
6,
7,
8.
9.
10.
11.
12.
Nice. Yay! 1 is Gort.
Gort.
No.
Of course. Shout out Mac and Phil.
Yes.
Like, go listen to Choices Bruce podcast.
Right. Okay.
But finish listening to this one first.
Gort.
2,
3.
Hippopotamus.
Pumpkin squash.
6,
7.
8.
9.
10.
11.
12.
You gotta show it.
Okay. 12. It's an audio format. Right?
I got it.
Okay. 9 is 3 snaps
Ooh.
instead of saying it.
So glad.
9
I
is
snapped
3
my
Instead of
fingers.
saying it.
Yes.
Okay.
The only way I'm going to remember that is the 12 Days of Christmas songs, because 9 is like 9 ladies dancing, and that's the motion.
Oh,
That's
seriously?
how I'm going to remember that.
I
Emotions
would
to the
not-
12 Days
I
of
did not
Christmas?
know that.
Yeah.
12 dancing princesses? No.
Barbie, shout out Barbie and the 12 Dancing.
Oh my god. I want to see the dance to the
that'd be
12 Days
such-
of Christmas.
You should replace the numbers with the names of the.
Oh, the names of the princesses. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay,
funny.
okay. So 9 is
Okay. Gort.
2.
Oh.
Nice. 3.
hippopotamus.
Pumpkin squash.
6.
7.
8.
9.
Oh,
That's fine. That's fine.
it's okay. It's okay.
That's
That's
the
fine.
nine
You're
ladies
out already anyway.
10.
11.
12.
Nice.
Wait, so I can make up another one?
Mm-hmm.
All
We're all
right.
gonna have to make up 3.
You did a really good job with that math
Thank
problem.
you. I'm very
The number 11 does not exist. So you just don't say 11.
So you don't
So
say
it's
anything.
out.
So like if
You
you're
just say
10,
nothing.
From 10 to 12.
I
Yep.
don't say anything.
Oh.
You're
like,
12
skip
or
it.
or it's just.
No, if you say like 10,
Then she has to say.
you just say 12.
Yeah,
just
so
skip.
like just
yeah.
skip 11.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Got it. Gort.
2.
3.
Hippopotamus.
Pumpkin squash.
6.
7.
8.
10.
12.
Nah.
Oh my gosh, you're really good at this. Okay. Oh wait, no.
Oh.
It's you.
Oh right, because you made it a weird number now. Are things gonna be thrown off?
Number 3 is jelly with biscuits.
Oh my
I keep like feeling like certain numbers should have something. Okay.
Gort.
2.
Jelly biscuits? What did you say? Jelly with biscuits?
Yeah, there you go.
Jelly with...
Pumpkin squash.
Nope.
Oh, darn it!
Gort? No.
So wait, so you're out, so Nora wins.
Technically, Nora wins. Yeah.
Yeah, I
what it
love
was.
winning my own
Oh my
podcast games.
Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus.
Okay, I guess that's a wrap.
That's a
Good
wrap.
job, everyone. That was a
No,
fun
not
game.
good job. We did that.
I think Rob lost 4 times.
Did.
This is true.
That's okay. Anyways, thank you guys for coming and watching Beyond the Books podcast. Thank you to our guests, Ian and Bridget Laird. It's been great to have you guys on and just hearing about Servant and what you guys have been doing and just the ministry that you guys have been able to do. Thank you for being here. And thanks, Rob, always for coordinating things and, being the
Thanks
guy
for
behind the
having us.
cameras.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys next episode. So it'll be episode 8.
Come
I
on.
think. And we'll see what happens then. But for now, you guys have a great week or 2 weeks or whenever until we see you again. And Jesus loves you. Bye.
Bye.